Hello. Well, that was a smooth intro. Not entirely sure what D-Live has done. Joe has muted herself somehow, and it's all me, apparently.
No, it's not, but I was. I hate this so much.
Oh, the boomer tech. We haven't had this sort of moment in a while.
Okay, right, take two. Hello and good evening. Welcome to This Is Why We Fight. I'm Joe.
And I'm Jordan.
And yes, as you probably worked out, there was no video on that video. It was just audio. Hope you enjoyed the tune. But yes.
I thought the birds at the beginning really pieced a resistance right there.
Anyway, this was supposed to be a serious, common sense, practical stream. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work now. But anyway, good evening all. And welcome to the stream. And yes, Jordan is making the prototype WRT keyring this evening. Indeed. At least the prototype wooden keyring. So we're going to be here to show him support. He'll be chatting along where he can. And we can talk to each other. I really hate technology. Have I ever mentioned that?
Just once, maybe possibly twice. I'm not sure enough times though. But yeah, what a fun time. Nobody is not pipe nor a pipe keyring. Although that would be fun.
Don't start him off, please, Bertie.
So yeah, before the stream, I was drawing this out because this is how my brain works, Jack. I'm a very stupid person sometimes. I thought to myself, I can't really justify printing out a sheet of paper for a tiny little template yay big.
Because of all the ink it would waste.
Exactly, because of all the ink it would waste. I don't understand what goes on with my brain sometimes. It doesn't make any sense to me either. But yes, it was a very bad idea because I've just spent the last 15 minutes drawing this.
Yeah, I'm still not happy with that W.
I'm not happy with much of any of it. But
it's the prototype.
Exactly. It's the prototype. It's on a piece of wood I'm not very happy with because it's kind of gone. There we are. It's gone a bit weird there. So yeah, I'm going to be dealing with that. I also have no idea what it's going to be like carving on something so tiny. Because as you can see, it's literally the size of my thumb. It's actually smaller than my thumb.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Anyway.
Indeed. So it may work. It may not work. I have no idea. It'll be fun regardless. It'll be interesting.
Sorry, I tried to breathe and swallow at the same time. This is the level of intelligence that you can have on this stream.
It doesn't take much to be a streamer.
No, it really doesn't. Just an internet connection and the ability to speak, apparently.
Philomena's called me out.
Yes, she has. Real quick, Cotley Nutjob and everyone. So Jordan is making the prototype for the WRT wooden keyring. And he doesn't have a clamp, Rusky, unfortunately. He's not sewing. Philomena, that's my fault. I find sewing incredibly boring. And I did say to him, if you have the choice, I'd rather watch you whittle than sew. I do apologise. So there you go.
Why are you anti-sewing?
I'm not anti-sewing.
Why don't you appreciate people who sew?
Put it this way, it's like the cricket analogy. I could play cricket, but if you asked me to sit down for 2 hours and watch someone else play it, no.
To me, both sound like a good time. See, this is why it was a prototype. I did say I wasn't happy with this piece of wood. It was very...
I did waterboard myself just a touch. It's okay. Oh, for goodness sake, who gave us the same basic tube to swallow and eat and drink at the same time? It's ridiculous. Like they trust us to work these things properly. Yes, Jordan whittling away. I always find this incredibly relaxing.
I tell you now, with this tiny little piece of wood, I'm not finding it freaking relaxing. Let me tell you, this is actually stressful.
You said you wanted a challenge.
A challenge, Jesus Christ! This is like a university challenge for wood whittling, I'll tell you.
Well, I'll tell you something. Everyone in the chat, you should have seen the lovely calligraphy font that we found earlier. So Jordan's just complain. It's just been a big baby now.
This is hard.
Just please be careful with your fingers.
No. You know what? I don't have to listen to that sort of naysaying. Okay? I will get this done.
There you go.
This will be done, chat. Mark my words. One way or another, this will get finalised.
Hillman says, could be worse. Chickens are a little bit built a bit oddly. Yes, I don't think he'll be working on chickens anytime soon. Yes, a good point. Thank you, Timmy. Yes, if you are on Twitter, you can watch this live via the Twitter platform that allows streams to be played on there. You can also watch us on Twitch and on Facebook, should you so desire. Live international finger cutting. We hope not.
So, you know, this is the sort of thing that people would pay a TV licence for.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Do you know,
That's a step too far, I think.
I was driving. Well, I wasn't driving. I was like 7 maybe. So I was not driving. My dad was driving.
Lies.
And we were going up to Norfolk one day, as you do. And on the way back on Radio 4, I think it was, they were playing wood whittling on the radio.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was. And it's kind of funny because for years and years and years, it was a family joke about people who would whittle on the radio. And then I find myself whittling pretty much on the radio.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just funny how things happen sometimes.
A good suggestion there from Bertie. Electrical tape for your fingers, maybe, as you're handling a tinier piece of wood. Might be an idea.
That sounds like baby mud.
Rusky says there will be blood.
I'm a couple of minutes in and it's not flowing yet. I'm amazed.
Fearless Bears posted the most amazing picture of a bloody, looks like a thumb or a toe, and you can't see it because it's on D-Live. But I thank you, Fearless Bear. I can see it. Little Biff says, get a jig, Jordan. I don't know what a jig is. Is it like a clamp?
It's the thing
or
the
something?
Irish do, isn't it?
That's what I thought a jig was. Little Biff, could you explain what a jig is, please?
Like a little clamp, I would imagine.
Hillman says you can use that tape for reattaching fingers.
Wait a minute. I do have safety tape. We've been over this a couple of weeks ago. I have my extremely safe
Uh-oh.
health and safety contra super glue.
There you go.
There you go.
I built glue flesh black together. Yep.
I'm onto this, mate. Don't you worry about it. I take safety very seriously.
Oh, you sound like the
Sometimes.
Russian hacker. Has anyone seen the Russian hacker YouTube channel?
Yes.
He's amazing. So much fun he has.
He used to be amusing. I haven't seen him in a long while.
Carve a spare finger, says Cockney Nutjob. There
Hey,
you go.
look, it's too small for a thumb. On it goes. There you go. Look at that. It's too small for a thumb.
Thank you, Boudica. Thank you for hosting.
I agree with Hillman. That is definitely a proper first aid kit. Honestly, men used to march off into war with far less than that.
That's true. In the last war, they didn't even have proper equipment, did they? So sometimes it's better to go back to basics.
Exactly.
Timmy's suggesting 2 blocks of wood and a ratchet strap would serve as a clamp if you lean down to compress it on the table.
Yeah.
Noted, thank you.
That is a good idea. For something this tiny, I'm not entirely sure how, because it's like if you clamp it in, I suppose you could clamp it that way. I don't know. I'd need to think about that. But yeah, anyway, there you go. The edges are rounded. I'm content. At the very least, I'm not going to get a splinter off the edge. Good.
Who needs a sander when you've got a sharp knife and determination?
Exactly, right, you know. I'm still not happy about this. This is why it's the prototype. Where's it gone? Sorry, I'm off the screen. This is why it's a prototype. It's very chewed up down there. Not that you can see because I'm on potato cam.
We can see enough. It's fine. If it comes to it, I suppose you could shave that away. Make this prototype could be a touch smaller.
Yeah, maybe.
This prototype will be invaluable in the future. This will be when Jordan gets into space and he becomes, like a national icon.
That's it. When I get into space, this is going to become currency.
Yeah, people will pay millions to own the first ever WRT keyring that he whittled.
Yeah, and this stream. I'm going to sell this stream. Record it now while you still can.
And if you're all very lucky, I'll ask Jordan to sign it. There you go. Collectible. Uh-huh.
Right, okay, that is
This will
done.
be auctioned at Sotheby's in the future. You mark my words.
I did. You don't need to know this, but I did just accidentally put my finger directly under the blade like an idiot.
Ooh, close.
The
Close
very,
call.
it's a very bad idea. Don't do that.
Have to agree, blood and braces. Groyping can be fun. It's a fine line between fun and going a bit too far. But you needed a rest and solutions. That's lovely. We're so glad you've joined us.
Here's an interesting question.
Go on.
Should this be embossed or relieved?
I tell you what, as it's the prototype and we're making it for this community, does anyone do you want to set it to the chat? Should we have a 1 for embossed? Just clarify which one is which for anyone who doesn't know.
I'm having to think. When I say embossed, what I meant is, should the wording itself be cut out?
Or the surrounding area?
Or the surrounding area, which is what I would call the relief.
Right, okay. So let's have a 1 for the wording, the letters to be cut out. We'll have a 2 for the surrounding area. Right, we've got a 1 from Philomena, relief from Arthur, a 1 from Cockney Nutjob, whole relief, says Timmy. Sticky uppy, says Hillman. That's really helpful. Thank you. Cut out the letters, says Boudica. Embossed lumpy, says Timmy. Ooh. Surrounding area. Right. We don't have consensus here. Cockney Nutjob suggests number 2 would take too long.
Oh God, no, it won't take that long.
What did you start doing?
How about this? Because it's a prototype, how about on one side we do embossed and on the other we do the relief?
Fair enough. Best of both.
Yeah, there we go. Everybody wins apart from me.
Okay. Well, cutting out the letters would be faster, right? Because it's a smaller area. So if you do that on this side, in fact, you started with a T, did you not?
I did.
Right. So carry on this side then by cutting out the letters. And on the other side, you can do it the other way round, like a positive, negative.
Bodhi, tell us more about this herbalist course. That sounds bloody interesting and very useful.
Incredibly
I always
useful.
forget how far away this camera is.
Yeah, it is quite far.
It's because my microphone is on it.
Can you not change magnification, possibly, for the next stream?
It's only a webcam, Marv. Calm down.
Oh, I thought you were using your phone. Apologies.
Oh God, no.
Yes, there you go, Bertie. 1 of each so we can compare them.
Yeah.
That's
See?
a very good idea. Then we can decide which one we like best. Right, everyone's enjoying it. So how are you all doing tonight, chat? Does anyone have anything they want to share? Any good news? Any nice stories?
We have some good news.
No, we never have good news. I've no idea what you're talking about.
We have some very good news. The Discord.
The Discord.
Yeah, loads of people on there. Loads of people posting stuff, doing stuff.
Yes. So
this may make chat sick. I apologise in advance.
Are you adjusting the camera?
I am. Apologies. Okay. There we go.
Yes. After we created all the new rooms on the Discord, people have been crazy filling up these rooms with useful information. I want to give a particular shout out to Zook. I hope you're here, Zook. He has been a beast. Just link after link, file after file of really useful stuff for everyone. So a big thank you to you all for contributing to the community, for keeping it buzzing, for keeping it busy and exciting and inspiring for everyone else. I'll just read this out from Boudica. Jonathan posted a link in the Discord under herbal medicine to a herbalist who happens to be in my corner of the world.
Oh, good.
So that's incredibly useful. Yeah, please let us know how you get on there.
I did see something about being in the corner of the world pop up, and I didn't click on the link to see what it was about. But I did see something about that, so I'm glad.
Oh, so there's a reasonably priced course. That's what Boudica's looking into. Yeah, please let us know how you get on with that. And if you think it's a good course, if you give it the thumbs up, then we'll gladly mention it again on the next stream. Might put a bit
Absolutely.
might put a few more people that way as well. Yeah, Zook is the PDF wizard, like the grandmaster of PDFs. I don't know what to say. He has spent so much time collating all these documents, put them into files. We're so very grateful. So thank you.
Guess what I still haven't done?
What?
I still haven't put that bloody lace making PDF up.
Oh, right. I'm writing that down. That's on
Please
the to-do
do.
list for tomorrow.
It's been a while. I've completely forgotten about it.
I'm sure you did put something up on lace making. I'm sure I saw something on the server.
Yeah, the room itself, I believe,
Okay.
was sewing and lace making.
Hillman says, can we offer Zook a prize?
I can't.
What possible prize could we give Zook? I think it's a lovely idea.
A hearty clap.
Maybe you can suggest something in the chat that we can give Zook without physically going out and breaking the dystopian laws that we have. Will says, Jordan is a Brit. His hands are all red. It's winter, lol. Yeah, that pretty much sums up winter in Britain.
I don't know what you mean. It's perfectly warm.
Oh, really? How many layers are you wearing?
Hey, I've only got 2 on today.
There you go. That's a balmy day for you, isn't it? So Francis says it's like the Bourne film, Shaky Cam. That's not an unfair
Thank God
assessment.
the shaky cam nonsense. Yeah, thank God the shaky cam nonsense went away.
There you are. Yes, congrats, Zook. You were like the king of the Discord. We're very, very grateful. Thank you.
What a wonderful cartoon Jungle Book is.
What a wonderful... Who, what now?
The Jungle Book.
Oh, yes.
When you said King of Discord, it reminded me of King of the Jungle.
I'm the
King of the Swingers.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Boudica says it's $118 per month for 12 months and 3 years to complete the course. Whoa, that's a big investment, my dear. I meant the time, not the money. Although the money is also an investment. It's a big investment. Then again, you're just like a natural whiz at this stuff. I'm calling 6 months and you've already aced it. Stephen, I can't put that up on the screen. Well, I can actually. Whatever. There you go. Don't let the bottom fall out of your world. Let the world fall out of your bottom. Eat a curry. I can't grab that link, I'm afraid, Boudica, but if you want to post it on the Discord, it is www.wildrosecollege.com. Genuine whittled art. Yes, Hillman.
I wouldn't exactly call this piece art.
It's art. Hey, come on. I've seen some of the art that's called art these days. That's a classic by comparison.
That is a fair point. Some of the art.
Oh, Bertie. There you go. There's one suggestion for a gift for Zook as a PDF. I think that's a bit mean. £60 a month for people in the UK, I suspect a bit closer to the original 118. I'm not sure what the difference is between American and Canadian dollars at the moment. Probably very close to the same.
If I remember rightly, a Canadian dollar is about 2/3 of an American dollar, I believe.
That's true. Would we offer a White Rose and Thorn knighthoodship thing, maybe? Actually, we have been looking at something for Discord where people are rewarded the more they post, and there will be special names assigned. And we believe there's a bot for it. At the moment, all we can find is one of those XP bots, which tells you who the most popular poster is, or not the most popular even, the person who posts the most. And there's a sort of a top 20. So we're going to see if we can do that. We can certainly assign names if we can't get that automated. But yes, even if it's something fun and just on the Discord, that'd be a really good idea. Boudica's just clarified. So you can take up to 3 years to finish. Or you can whiz through it if you've got the hang of it and do it much faster than that.
Much better.
Stephen O says Jungle Book is the first movie I saw as a child. It's about 78 cents on the American dollar. There you go, if anyone wants to convert.
I said about 2/3, didn't I? So I went far off.
Not bad at all. Award for most spam. Oh God, Hillman's definitely. I'm going to call it. Hillman won that already, even though it hasn't happened yet. Blood and Braces, sir, says it is art. I made a set of runes with a cow bow or three, a saw, and some linseed oil. Well said.
Okay, well done, mate.
Boudica says you may call me Queen of the Iceni. There you go. Wonderful. Yes, even though Disney's become woke and disgusting, going back to childhood, let's find out what's the first Disney movie that anyone can remember watching as a child. Yours was Hercules. What a great soundtrack.
Hercules was an amazing film.
It really was. And what was that sequel they did to it? The Emperor's New Groove. That was quite good
That
as
is
well.
not a sequel. What on earth is this nonsense?
Well, it's a character, isn't it? No, that's from something else, actually. What's that from? I don't remember. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look at some of the answers. Rusky says Pinocchio. Boudica says A Christmas Carol. The Disney version, that would be Mickey's Christmas Carol, wouldn't it? So Francis asked Boudica, can she take back London for us? We're waiting for you. Will says Peter Pan. Kenai. Oh, I don't know. I'm terrible. I'm quite literal. I say things as I see them.
It should be Iceni.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know. Will says Bambi or the 101 Dalmatians. Tompi says Dumbo. I'm still traumatized by Dumbo. That pink elephants on parade thing, that was some psychedelic.
I thought you were going to say about the crows.
No, I wasn't going to mention the crows. Thank you for bringing that up. I was talking about the who got drunk? Who got drunk? Was it Dumbo that got drunk? Was it a mouse?
Crows, to be honest.
Cockney Nutjob says he saw Dumbo in 1973. My goodness, how time flies. Snow White, says Philomena. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I've never seen Snow White.
Have you not?
No. I must admit, I've never actually seen many of the Disney films.
Oh, Robin Hood, Eddie.
Robin Hood's
one of
great.
My favourites.
Robin Hood is really bloody good.
Philomena confirms it was Dumbo that got drunk. That pink elephants thing, honestly, that was like some weird 60s hippie band, like producing a movie. It was the weirdest thing ever.
You mean the Beatles?
I mean any of them. Just any of them.
We'll live any other submarine.
Yes, it was, Tom. Just so weird. Sword in the Stone, Philomena.
That's a good film as well. I haven't seen that in a very long while.
Interestingly, yes, because it was very England centric as well, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Except for the American accents. But hey ho, Land Before Time, says Matt. Is that Disney?
I was about to say, is that Disney?
Yeah, I loved Robin Hood. I don't know why.
Because it's cool.
Blood and Braces, man in tights, not a great look. Well, I suppose in this case it was a fox, so you could get away with it. But I do agree.
Don't know what you mean. Nothing wrong with that.
What, man in tights? Hello, Matt, and welcome aboard. Nice to have you on the stream.
Can confirm. Doing it this way, bloody hard.
Hard?
Oh, yes.
That's interesting. I thought it'd be easier for you.
Oh, no. I was dreading chat coming back and saying, oh, yeah, did a little dig out thing.
Why? It's got to be less time consuming, surely.
No, it's because it's much, much more fiddly.
Well, but you did take this up to learn these skills, didn't you? So you can't complain. It's about the journey, not the finish.
Don't logic me.
Eddie says, I can still sing all the songs from Robin Hood. Ah. Oh, that's adorable.
Get your piano out, lad. Start playing.
That was Terry Thomas who played Sir Hiss. That was a great character. I remember that. Yes, Stephen. Land Before Time was made in Dublin. The Sword and the Stone, yes. King Arthur. Johnny Dipp says, Disney screwed up my ideas of love and romance, I think. I still haven't been able to have my Lady and the Tramp shared spaghetti slurp. Oh, that was an adorable scene. It's amazing how such an evil corporation can make such wholesome content, isn't it? And the songs are lovely. I don't know what happened. I don't know how they can do something so nice. That looks like it's starting to come together.
Slowly. If I had like a little chisel, this would be much quicker.
So what does the chat think about the best Disney film soundtrack? Because for me, it really does have to be Hercules, I think. Rusty Live, Aladdin. Is that the soundtrack, or are you talking about the first film you saw? The first Disney film you saw? Lion King.
Aladdin was a great film.
Right, so we've got Lion King from Will. I quite like the soundtrack for Lion King, yeah. Hakuna Matata and all that. Fantasia, says Jonathan Same. Fantasia was an amazing film. One of the early ones as well, I think. Boudica. She admits to her shame it's Moana. Is that the soundtrack or the film, my dear? It can't be the film, surely.
No, the film was already answered.
Yeah.
I don't remember what one it was.
I haven't seen Moana, to be fair.
They're super modern, isn't it? Isn't that only a couple of years old?
Yes, I think very, very new. Rusky confirms it's a soundtrack. Okay. Yeah, some of these soundtracks are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I've just got a real soft spot for Hercules. I think it's because it's so uplifting. Like one of my favourite live action films for soundtracks. Well, in fact, I've got quite a few. But in the top 10 are definitely these two. One is Little Shop of Horrors, because I love it. And the other one would probably be The Wedding Singer. It's because it was just 80s music. Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, they used to be quite wholesome, didn't they, Will? Return to Oz, Green Dragon. Do you know what? I've seen that, but not for many years, so I can't remember the soundtrack for it. I'll take your word. Hillman says my favourite Disney character is Greta Thunberg. Sorry, Thunberg. How dare you?
You stole my name. Stupid child. Can confirm, doing relief, much easier. Much easier.
Weren't there weird things on like wheels with long arms and legs, like deformed spiders, but only they had 4? Oh, here we go.
I just saw Zook's comment. Thank you for that.
Yes.
I would appreciate it.
Thank you, Zook.
See, the wonderful thing about not knowing what you're doing is you can't even get jealous. You're just like, yeah, these people are damn good.
Rusky says by 2030, Greta Thunberg will be twerking on TV and you will be happy. Yes, it was just very creative, very sort of dystopian. Something off about it. So favourite movie soundtrack ever? Not just Disney, just any film. If no one has seen The Wedding Singer, highly recommend if you like good music. Mary Poppins, yeah, great soundtracks there, definitely. Julie Andrews was amazing in Mary Poppins. Yeah, I cried. I cried watching Bambi.
See, that's why I would never watch Bambi. Even as a child, I had a strong aversion to anything sad. I think that's why I've turned out normal.
You say normal. I think it's normal to be sad when something sad happens.
Yeah, but why would you deliberately expose yourself to that?
I don't know. Well, no one does.
What do you mean no one does?
Nobody watched Bambi just for that scene where, that bad thing happened.
But they knew it was there.
Not the people who watched it when it was first released.
Well, no, but just in general, people knew it was there.
Yeah, I know, but still, some people watch them with their children. Stephen says bed knobs and broomsticks. That was amazing. I mean, the graphics compared to what you see today were naff, but it was such an amazing film. Lord of the Rings soundtrack, Eddie says. The best soundtrack.
Is there a song in Lord of the Rings?
There's there's musical score. There's not much singing, but very sort of emotional and very uplifting. Green Dragon says also Lord of the Rings and Conan the Barbarian. Roy Bob says, is this a thriller tonight? It depends how much blood there is. We'll get back to you on that, Roy Bob.
This here is freaking Silence of the Lambs, mate.
Oh, is there something going on in the chat? I'm trying to catch. I may have missed something here. Right. A link to a carving god. Is that what we're talking about? Oh, I missed this. Tom says Ian Fleming wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, another film I love. I'm blown away. Is that really true? I'm actually blown away by that.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Look after those hands, Roy Bob says. He's actually very careful, despite all his hatred for health and safety. He does want to keep his fingers. I'm sure he'll not take any silly risks. Oliver Twist. I'll agree. The soundtrack was powerful and moving. I wouldn't say it was. I don't know. I suppose you can appreciate it, even though the film was quite depressing. Sleeping Beauty, yes.
I thought it was a happy film.
Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
It's about poor children.
Yeah, but they then eventually become not poor, do they not?
Well, they work for Fagin.
But they become not poor, correct?
Got to pick a pocket or two.
What happens at the end of Oliver?
I'm not saying you might watch it.
No, trust me, there's a negative chance of that.
Sleeping Beauty was excellent. Bazooka Joe says, I hope Jordan's got the plasters ready. Oh, ye of little faith.
Mate, I've got a roll of this. I'm good.
Vertigo, Sir Francis. You talk about the Hitchcock film. What was that movie with Puff the Magic Dragon? I don't know what the movie was called, but I know the character. I've heard of the character. Here's
Puff
Johnny.
the Magic Dragon was in... I can't remember what that bloody film was in.
No, I can't. Puff the Magic Dragon to me was like a kid's song. I didn't know that it was from a film. Green Dragon says, when I was a kid, honestly didn't care a jot about Bambi's mummy. Such a good future empathetic nurse. Yeah, just be careful on the psych test. I'd probably leave that part out. Matt says, Mary Poppins and Gone with the Wind. Oh, that was a great soundtrack. Obidka says, she has little sprouts coming up with the tomatoes and cabbage she started last week. Wow, that is quick.
Heck yeah, see, beat Andrew to it. Eat them. Get your microgreens in, love.
Eat them now, damn it. Will says, I love bed knobs and broomsticks as a little boy. Didn't even understand what wartime meant then. Oh, well. We certainly all know what it means now. Oh, the old bamboo. Yes.
Excuse me?
It's from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I think it's where he goes to the fair, the professor, and he's peddling some kind of hairdressing, some newfangled mechanical hairdressing thing. And he does a dance and song routine. It's an amazing, amazing soundtracks from that film. Yeah, Boudica agrees, Lord of the Rings. Rusky Live goes on to say, regarding Ian Fleming, it's loosely based on Ian Fleming's novel, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, The Magical Car. That's genuinely amazing. I'm so impressed that you know that. Well done. I love Conan the Barbarian, says Jonathan. Matt says Cinderella. I love the old classic movies. The songs were amazing.
A very diverse range of songs.
Yes. Because Europe is so diverse, so there's lots of material to draw from. Bertie says, maybe a quick practice of that fun stabby drinking game from Alien, see how steady our hands are. Don't think so. Yes, I would agree. Not the musical soundtracks. I'm just surprised he was connected to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang at all, because obviously he's the Bond man, isn't he?
The Bond man,
the creator. I loved singing along to Pick a Pocket or Two, says Boudica.
That is honestly the only song I could think of.
What, from Oliver Twist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't read that out, Will, but I don't disagree.
I knew there'd be someone.
Jordan doesn't eat plasters, he's got super glue. There you go, Green Dragon. This is professional advice. You know, we are taking all precautions. Oh, Pete's Dragon. Nice one, Eddie. Yes. Does anyone remember Pete's Dragon? I have to say, I am rather impressed by the cartoon and live action collaborations. That must take some work to get those done.
So, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes.
Jesus. What was the other? Space Jam.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
One. Yep.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. It was okay. Was Orphan Annie a Disney thing? I don't think Annie was Disney, but don't quote me on that because I'm not very interested in it.
If it wasn't Disney, who would it have been?
I don't know. Fox, MGM. I don't know. So did I, Boudica. I think the song was about that. I didn't know that the actual character appeared in anything else. Yeah, it's about getting high, isn't it? Puff the Magic Dragon. Rusky Live says by 2030 all wholesome Disney movies will be labelled far-right hate speech and you'll be happy. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing how wholesome is suddenly not wholesome anymore. Moshe, hello. Trovo. No, we've looked at Trovo. I believe I have it on good advice that they take 50% of donations there. So I kind of disagree with it in principle.
It's irrelevant to us anyway, as we don't take donations.
Yeah, it's relevant to us, but even so, we don't want to promote a channel that's greedy, that's just after your cash. We may have a look at it, make sure that information's correct. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this digging it out nonsense.
You prefer to do it the other way. Well, abandon that side then if you don't like it. Try and do some of the other.
No, I'm going to finish it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not happy with it. I'm allowed to not be happy with it.
Of course you are. Oh, Green Dragon, that's tragic. You just found a block of cheese that you bought 4 days ago. I've done that before.
How?
Just when you're unpacking your shopping, if the bag flops over or you're busy or there's loads to do or you get distracted, very easy to leave an item in a bag. And of course, that cheese will be inedible now. It will be warm and rubbery, so you're going to have to just bin it.
Floppy. Like you could slap someone with it.
Matt's saying that Pete's dragon had Puff the Magic Dragon. Or you asked... No, there's a question mark there. Sorry. Robert Radgett. Rusky is quoting you now. That's actually quite funny. If only they'd called that... If only they'd named the movie Robert Radgett. That'd be hilarious. The Little Mermaid. It's been years since I've seen that. I can't actually remember the soundtrack. Will says, I know Monsters, Inc. is Pixar, but it's a great movie. Yes, it is. I'll give you that one.
I don't like Monsters, Inc. at all.
I like that. You're weird. Rusky says, Puff the Magic Dragon was a 1978 short. So there you go. It was a movie. Bugsy Malone. Has anyone seen the live version of Bugsy Malone where the children play all the roles?
Were they giving them child labour laws or something?
Genuinely, they cast children in all of the roles. Gangsters, prostitutes, all children.
Okay, why?
I don't know why. I just
I was all right with it up until the prostitute was mentioned.
I'm not sure about that one, Johnny Depp, but it does sound like it, doesn't it? So you're probably correct.
I need you to read comments out loud, remember?
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is also about getting high. I think that's probably true. The lyrics are weird. Then again, you could argue it also is I Am the Walrus and most of the other material.
When you're an average band, you have to write about something, don't you?
Bazooka Joe says, I always like that old girl singing Feed the Birds, Tuppence a Bag, then getting covered in pigeon poo. Or am I making that up, lol? You're making up the pigeon poo part, I think, or it's just wishful thinking. Roy Bob says you need a gouge.
Yeah, exactly. I agree, Roy. That is definitely what I need. But I gave chat the option. I said, how would you like it done? And they said, we want you to suffer. That's okay.
I'm fairly certain that wasn't one of the choices.
That was basically the choice. That's how I imply.
How dare you? Yes, there you go. Will's answered your question better maybe than I can about Trovo. The reality is we are building community, so we don't need to keep finding other platforms. We just need the ones we've got to work. It's also a pain in the backside, as you can imagine, setting up on different platforms and constantly moving around. We really want to establish a base somewhere and just crack out the content, crack out the ideas, suggestions, and the plans, instead of constantly moving and setting up. It detracts from the work we're trying to do. You
also raise a good point for this, about how people are being shepherded from one platform to another.
Yes, I think we're being herded. I think we're being herded to safe, air quotes, safe platforms that will ultimately turn out to be about as safe as Parler was.
Exactly. And really, when people's only motivation for going to a platform is they allow us to take donations, you kind of have to look at why that's relevant.
Well, that might not be the only reason. I mean, this is also a free speech issue, but I guess, I mean, certainly when it comes to donations, I'm, as everyone knows as well enough, can imagine, the fact that you can't donate to us on DLive now is actually, we're quite happy.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with the lemons. It's actually pretty nice because they were messing around and we was having to deal with that. And...
Oh, do you remember the times it caused the streams to crash? And
yeah,
it was just a pain in the backside. But now we don't have to ask people not to donate to this channel because you can't, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Keep your money, invest in yourselves. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original version. Yes, the original version had a fantastic soundtrack. Do agree with that. Oh, that's a good point, Bertie. Yes, Green Dragon. Check and see if there's any penicillin growing, because it's something we were talking about last night. You may be the first WRT pioneer.
It is a better question, right? Why don't you just make it into Stilton?
Oh, just let mould grow.
Yeah, just make it
turn blue.
Is that? You'll be fine.
Yeah, but it hasn't been refrigerated for 4 days.
It's not refrigerated, it's made into Stilton, is it?
No, but it's sealed though, isn't it? It's covered.
Well,
Then I suppose it's in a bag sealed. I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Nope.
I genuinely only eat cheddar cheese because I just only like cheddar cheese, or maybe red Leicester at a push.
What does red Leicester taste of? Is it
It's
basically like cheddar but red?
it's slightly different. It's close enough that I like it, and I'm very picky with cheese. So
Yeah, well, fair enough, I accept. Do you like a strong cheddar?
I do normally go for a strong cheddar. Yes, I used to eat mild cheddar, but it very bland.
Yeah.
I could go medium in a push if that's all there is.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yes, thank you, Zook. I was trying to think who was in Bugsy Malone. Jodie Foster. Yes, and you are correct. I think Rusky. I think that is the only Bugsy Malone movie that's named Bugsy Malone, because I think that any other remake was called Bugsy. I'm sure, or any other film with that name was only called Bugsy.
What was the name of the film with? It was the bank robber who ended up selling flowers outside the station.
Oh, Phil Collins was in it. You're talking about the Brinks Mat armed robbery.
Yeah.
Going Loco in Acapulco. What was it called? Everyone will know after that, surely. Let's not forget Herbie.
That didn't help me at all. I can't even remember the station he used to sell flowers out of. Fenchurch Street, wasn't it?
Right, I'm going to have to catch up now. Yes, An American Tale was brilliant.
Buster, thank you very much,
Buster,
Green Dragon.
Yeah. I must just give a shout out to Matt for mentioning An American Tale. That was lovely. It's about a little mouse called Fievel, I think.
I can't believe nobody has mentioned the Basil, the mouse detective.
Oh,
that was an amazing film. That actually may have been the first Disney film I saw.
And chat, I'm so disappointed in you. What about Chip and Dale the Rescue Rangers? That was a movie, wasn't it? Or was it The Rescuers? The two Basil the Mouse Detective, then you had The Rescuers. I think. With the crocodile?
Never smile at a crocodile. It's Peter Pan, darling.
No, there was a crocodile in this one as well.
Was he transmorphed? He was in multiple films. I hope he was paid well.
Yeah, I just want to comment on Will's comment here. I do feel bad for Nick, because Nick is actually providing a service. Nick is actually doing something.
And he's not promising to save the world.
When Nick says he's going to put together a mix or something, it materializes. So he earns his lemons. I don't often see Nick ask him for money, actually, even though the option's there to pay him. I do feel sorry for people for whom this is a career. So that's very frustrating. And we are still marked as demons by DLive, even though we are not X-tagged, and even though we are a community building stream. So that's very annoying. And on principle, we would say to people, if you cannot donate to the people you wish to, I would suggest that you don't buy any lemons at all. Hit them in the wallet. Well, this is interesting. Penicillin, says Roy Bob, is best taken from willow or leather. Good to know. There you go. Stephen agrees with me. I only like
penicillin. I thought aspirin came from willow.
Oh, I don't know. Bazooka Joe says, I eat lots of blue cheese for the penicillin effect. That might be me.
I just eat a lot of Stilton.
So Francis says, Stilton. Cornish mature cheddar, very tasty. Matt says, Aladdin and The Lion King also has subliminal sexual stuff. I haven't watched either in the longest time, so I have to take your word for that. Hillman says, I was cutting into an apple the other day and the knife broke as it reached the centre. It was pretty hardcore.
Okay, I can confirm that this embossing is done, and it was absolutely awful. And I will not be doing that again until I have a gouge.
Not in a very polite way. Will saying, what the heck are you trying to do? Would it not be a lot safer to carve into a large piece of wood than cut that piece off after with a saw?
Maybe. But you also have to remind that this is the man who thought earlier on, no, I won't print off a little template because it's going to take up too much ink and I can't justify it just for a tiny little thing. So don't question where my brain goes sometimes.
Yes, that was the other one, Groovy Kind of Love. A better version than the original, I'm afraid. At least for me. That was from Buster.
Right.
Yes, I know that many do have salacious things hidden in them. There are lots of pignesses in the Mickey Mouse ones, I remember reading.
Yeah.
Yes. The Rescuers, yes. Hillman says, the Chippendales dance group, anyone? The Start of Gay, yes. Danger Mouse. I love Danger Mouse, but I don't know if it was ever a movie. Maybe someone in the chat can confirm. Rupert the Bear, the frog song. That was, yeah, interesting. It was Waterloo Station. Michael Pagan,
thank you very much, Michael.
The frog song should be the national anthem, says Roy Bob. I don't know if we go that far.
How'd it go?
No, just no. It's
one day I'm going to catch you out.
Yeah, you probably will.
One day I will get Joe to sing on stream.
The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yep, okay, that's done. Thank God for that.
Zook says, can I just give a quick shout out to Hillman, who took the time out to have a chat with me today? I think he's over on D-Live. Yes, you can, Zook. Hillman's a wonderful part of this community, as are you. And I'm very glad that if you needed to speak to someone, he was there for you. That's what we do. Very kind of you to say that. Zook says, I think that's aspirin from Willow. So you...
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm glad I was right. I was 50-50 on that.
Roy Bob says mouldy food tends to give you food poisoning. I do agree with that, but it is mould, isn't it, on blue cheese? Yes. I don't know how it works.
Because that's good mould.
How is that? Is there such a thing, or you just be?
Of course, there's good mould. There's good bacteria and bad bacteria, isn't there? You've seen the Yakult advert.
So science tells us. Willow bark was the original aspirin, apparently. Thank you, Michael Pagan, for that. Will says WRT custard creams on the TV. You're saying Jordan's... I can't think what it is now. What are you making?
The
keyring. Looks like a custard cream. I couldn't think of the word. I know what you're making.
Knife has been dropped. It is now extra sharp once again.
Disney are deviants. Yep, I think that's probably the line we'll draw under Disney. Danger Mouse. I love Danger Mouse. I love Penfold. Is it Penfold? Isn't it? Penfold.
It is.
Yes. Yeah, what a great character. Count Duckula as well. I just really enjoyed it. I may actually just love David Jason. And this might be the connection here. You're welcome, Zook. Depends on the type of mould and the amount. I can't believe there's good and bad mould. It all looks just gross.
Oh no, that didn't go well. Chat, you didn't see that.
Woman says, I bought a knife that can cut through 4 loaves of bread at once. It's a 4-loaf cleaver. Hey. Michael Pagan also says, vitamin K2 is vital for dental health. Look up the work of Weston Price. Thank you very much for that. I'll have to write this down. Jordan normally takes these notes, but as you can see, his hands are quite busy this evening. But we were talking about dentistry, and the fact is we're still going to need it. So any prevention is better than the cure.
Especially when it comes to dentistry. Like, nobody likes dentisty sort of things.
Yeah, nobody in this community is up for, pliers and a bottle of scotch. So if we can avoid a lot of problems, then that's the best way to go forward. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Johnny. No, all cheese isn't mould, sorry. I thought you meant it's all mouldy cheese. Disgusting. All right, I turned that sentence into something I imagined in my head. It happened in my mind.
You imagined it was true.
Hong Kong Phooey! Oh, now you're talking. That was amazing. Have you ever seen that?
I haven't actually, no.
Hilarious.
But I do know the little dog.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Will. Count Dracula was amazing.
It's funny, as awesome as Scooby-Doo is, it didn't have a soundtrack.
Hong Kong Phooey? Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
They didn't ever play music, did they? Unless they were dancing to music, but it was background noise.
Oh, it was also really weird dancing where they were just basically doing that.
Yeah, like some weird 60s cartoon thing. They've used that loads of times in other things. Batfink. I remember the name Batfink. I can't think what the cartoon was about. Presumably a bat.
Was it some weird sort of Chinese knockoff of Batman?
I don't know. I can't remember. Rusky, maybe you can explain that one, please. Ian Ma says, Rosemary the telephone operator. That was from Hong Kong Phooey. The mild-mannered janitor, says Michael Pagan.
Right. How is that?
Everyone's in there. No, that's terrible.
That's what I thought and all.
Yeah, none of them match. You need to tidy those up for a bit longer. Just line them up so they all start in the same place and like the top is level and the bottom's level.
Chat, this is why I don't do art. Like,
that's really quite appalling, and I'm no artist.
There you go. That's better, isn't it?
No, the W's pointing off to the left. Like what's it's not even pointing upwards level.
Chat,
but if you're cutting out this around, you can make that a lot thicker and level it out. Hillman, no, you don't get a bottle of scotch for pulling teeth. That's the scotch for anaesthesia. Which you knew, of course.
My God. Chat, I don't do art. I don't do drawing.
Oh, Bertie knows Batfink. My wings are like a shield of steel. That does really ring a bell. Itash is saying that your hands look female.
Thank you.
Shield of truth will protect me. I'm assuming this is all still from Batfink. What were those weird animals on the raccoon, says Tom. That's a good point. I mean, they were weird in and of themselves, the raccoons. Yeah, that was an amazingly weird... I think it was a movie or feature-length cartoons. Oh, bless you. Ian, say what you mean. He says it's a bit spasticated. Roy Bob says,
just a little bit.
I'll give you an E for effort. The thing is, I couldn't have done better. I mean, it's easy for me to look at it from a distance and see. It's much harder if you're there doing it. Banana Splits, that was great. That was a great theme tune too.
Nobody turns in for a wonderful end product.
Bazooka Joe says, should have put a pencil outline, Jordan, then cut it out. He did.
I did. That's the worrying part.
That's what he messed up. He's better at whittling than drawing. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't do drawing. Like, I genuinely, chat, I should dig this out because I don't remember if I got a straight up F or if I got a D. But when I was 11, I got just a horrific grade. I got absolutely bodied by art class. I am not an artist, nor do I claim to be. I enjoy whittling. I do not enjoy the process of drawing the thing out.
If only you'd taken my advice on making a template and printing it.
But if only it didn't take up so much ink, you know.
I a whole page of ink, like all that white ink you're wasting just to print those 3 black letters.
What's your point?
Roy Bob is asking what wood you're cutting into. I had a feeling this question might come up. So it's actually, well, you can answer this. You remember this one.
You have it. You have the information at hand.
It is lime wood. And Jordan particularly likes this wood because it's very soft. It's actually quite pliable. And it works perfectly for this.
It is what the experts recommend. And I am not an expert, so I will do what they tell me.
Bazooka Joe's suggesting maybe a ruler. What a great suggestion.
But then it would be professional looking.
See, the thing is, if you're going to do the letters in relief, wouldn't you be better off like filling up the whole block? So the top of the letters are the top of the block.
Pretty much.
Okay. Practice run. Exactly.
Once again, it's a practice run. I know what I'm doing. I don't pretend to know what I'm doing. I turn up and I say, this is what we're doing, lads. So hang on.
No, we're all very impressed that you're doing this. Will is asking, is it proper English wood? From whence does it come?
I believe it is, actually. I think it is from Sussex.
There you go. Stephen says, Jordan. No, I clicked on the wrong one. It jumped. Jordan, buy a Dremel for the love of God, lol.
No, that's cheating. I'm not doing it. I refuse.
You're going to do this the hard way.
Damn right. No, look, at the end of the day, yeah, you can do it with Dremel. What do you do?
Roy Bob says
It's
CNC that bad boy.
It's not fun. I would CNC it, though. I'll grant you that.
Hillman says, a mugger held me at knife point, demanding all my money, so I took him to my ex-wife's house. Boom. I don't know what these are, but Bertie says maybe a few wood rasps would come in handy also.
I'm not sure how a rasp would help with this.
I don't know what one is.
Basically a file.
Oh, okay.
It's a very aggressive file.
So why is it not called a file? Why?
Because it's a very aggressive file.
Why not call it an aggressive file? Everyone knows what a file is.
Technically, a rasp has little blades on it, kind of.
Okay.
As opposed to a file, which is just kind of filey.
I thought it was just you men with your clever words, just making up names for stuff so we women wouldn't know what you were talking about.
Well, there's that as well.
Using a Dremel as a skill tool. It's a skill too, sorry, Ian.
Oh, absolutely it is. But it's cheating. I wanted to do this by hand.
Actually, that's a good point. Jordan, get yourself down to a pound shop. You can buy rulers with letters cut into it. Template letters. I'm not even joking. Why is that funny? That's an actual... Thank you, Will. That's an actually good suggestion.
What do you mean an actually good? Are you trying to say that the other suggestions aren't good?
No.
Chat, this is actually treats me as well.
No, you're laughing like it's not a serious suggestion.
I agree with Sir Francis. You'll get there eventually, and then you'll wonder, or then you'll realise.
Are you heckling a man with a knife at will? Well, it's not like he can do much. He can stab himself in the finger in outrage. A gouge would be good, says the other Will.
A gouge would have been absolutely perfect for the embossed ones.
Bertie says they're onto our tool-coded language, boys. Run! Sorry. Now, come on, Roy Bob. He's suggesting you use some sky hooks to hold it in place while you work on it. I had a brother who got a job in construction, and the first day they sent him out for sky hooks. The second day they sent him out for sand hooks. So for the first 2 days, he was at work for about 3 hours each day. They told him it was super important, that the boss would be very let down if he didn't return with them. He went to maybe 10 or 15 suppliers, and apparently they were all in on it. So he was not a happy bunny. To
be fair, you're getting paid to not work. That's bloody perfect, no?
Well, that's true. He was probably walking along with a bag of crisps and a Mars bar or something, just like taking his time, strolling around. Stephen O says you can engrave glass with a Dremel. That's good to know.
Indeed you can. Dremels are awesome little things, don't get me wrong. It's just this is not a Dremel project. This is a man with a knife project. See how much faster this is going.
Tartan paint. Hang on, I missed that. About what did you say about tartan paint? He didn't mention tartan paint, but there we go. That's the first one. Robob says finish with a coat of tartan paint. Yeah. Be amazing though, wouldn't it, if you could get tartan paint, if it was possible.
What do you mean you can buy striped paint?
Right, hang on a second. There's a few more.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you doubting the existence of striped paint?
Well,
How do you think they do it in the little Aquafresh bottles? Or tubes, rather.
You are joking, right?
No.
Okay. You know that's 3 machines that each produce the colour and then it's put together in the last section. Okay. Right, a long wait. A long wait is another one. A glass hammer is another one. And a long wait. The struggling bar. Hillman says, we sent a guy to the factory stores for a spirit level without an air bubble as ours was faulty. You tell them that the bubble was because of a leak. Zook says, I got sent to the hardware store for a long stand when I was an apprentice agricultural engineer. I suppose it's funny now, but it must have been very frustrating at the time. It's like a hazing, isn't it, for the new guy? Roy Bob says, we used to send the new guy out with a prescription. It was a note to the pharmacist about having an STI. Oh, brilliant. Oh, there you go. Will's next rap album is going to be called Man with a Knife Project. In honour of you, Jordan.
Thank you very much.
Stephen O's on it now. Camouflage paint is brilliant, but it's hard to find. Long inch nails, says J9FO. Skirting board ladder. That would be amazing. It'd be like the tiniest ladder in the world. That's amazing. I like the idea of that. Book. Yeah, it sounds adorable. Like a little fairy-sized ladder.
It's the sort of thing you'd have to climb up.
Oh, come on. I'm not that short. I certainly don't need a ladder. I can reach the top of the skirting board if I stretch. I have to go on my tippy toes. Do you want to give the chat a quick bird's eye view of what you've done so far? Just hold it a bit closer to the camera, please. There we go. And the other side, please.
That didn't work.
Well, like you said, practice, Ron.
Yeah, I know, but still.
It's to work out which design is easier to make and more precise. And if you've got an actual template for next week's show, it will obviously be a lot better. Jordan is doing both, Andrew. He's doing one side and the other on the other. If that made any sense at all. Bertie says, careful that knife. You nearly had our eye out.
Good old dad jokes.
Yeah, this is amazing. We definitely need to do a dad joke stream. Now, you guys are on form tonight. Roy Bob says it will look better as you tidy the sides up.
I agree. This side I'm very hopeful for. I expect this side to be just fine. The other one was actual hell on earth.
You know, also earlier when I suggested to you that you link the letters.
Yes.
So that there's less work to do around them. Yeah. How about you let me design the template and I'll send it to you and you can print it?
Okay.
Okay, deal. This is how we work. This is how we work. We agree an idea. Jordan makes it because this is how we work. And then I complain it's not quite right. Then he makes it again and again and again. Bless him. But yeah, this is a symbiotic relationship. But I'm just thinking, if you're going to make these by hand, one at a time, the less surface area that you need to work on, the better.
Yes, that is fair.
Right, so Ian says, I do agree with you, Ian. And in fact, I think Jordan would. Not sure a whittling knife is the correct tool for what you're doing. A chisel may be more appropriate. Yes, but he's determined to make these with a knife. It's like old school. This is like a macho thing.
For this, a knife is just fine. Nothing wrong with a knife here. For the embossing, yeah, it needed a gouge.
Hillman says...
Or a chisel. A chisel would have been significantly easier. Like,
Yeah.
genuinely, with a chisel, you'd probably do that within
Yeah, but I wouldn't have
probably a
used
couple of minutes.
I wouldn't have used a chisel on that without clamping it down.
Of course,
You'd
you know
have to-
exactly.
It's just going to fly everywhere, isn't it?
Exactly. You're not going to chisel it while you're holding it. Even I wouldn't do that.
Well, you can't because you need 2 hands to chisel something. Bear joke. Hillman says, to stay safe in bear country, always carry a small pocket knife and hike with a friend. If a bear attacks, stab your friend in the leg and run. Good advice, Hillman. Thank you. Bertie's suggesting some kind of carving laser.
Heck yeah, you can get them. Very expensive.
Will says, Jordan is a one-handed chiseler. Stephen says Jordan is determined to go back to the days of the Viking kings.
The Vikings didn't get into space, though, did they?
No, that's true.
They ain't all that good.
That's true.
I want to know what projects chat have taken up recently. That would make me feel much better.
There you go, chat. So which projects have you engaged with? Which ones have you completed? Which ones are you starting? If anyone has anything they want to add, please share it.
I'm very interested to know what they've been doing. The propaganda would have you believe there were no Vikings in space.
That's true. Now, this is lovely. So Will has decided he's going to, well, not just decided, I think he's been thinking about it for a while. He's done some writing on his children's book. I'm really so very excited to see this when it's finished. I can't tell you how much. Very excited indeed. Hillman says, I can't think of any more knife puns. Would someone else like a stab? Ha ha. Stephen O has been restoring garden furniture. In fact, you put up a picture of the bench that you've been restoring. It looks amazing, Stephen, I have to say.
Where did he put a picture to that?
Sorry?
Where did he put a picture to that?
I can go and try and find it. The problem is once I've looked at a room, it disappears.
Stephen, where did you put it?
I think it's in... Oh, I can't find the room at all now. Can't find the room I think it might be in. I'm thinking about the chats that I've been looking through tonight. No, it's not there. No, I can't remember. Yeah, we'll have to wait for Stephen to let us know.
Fair enough.
Eddie says, I'm preparing for potatoes in the spring. Boris shan't stop me. Good on you, Eddie.
Well done, lad.
Andrew has finished off my micro snip sheath now that I've got my tools for finishing off the edges. Very good. Tom mastered a Rubik's Cube before Christmas. Hey, Rubik Cubes are going to make a comeback, guaranteed. Dave Thompson confirms. We've all heard of the Space Vikings. Yes, Will, we want to see some of your drawings. Stephen can't remember. We will find it.
Someone will know where it is.
Yes. Itash says, if I can get my mic that arrives tomorrow set up right, I will be back to do my songs again with singing and playing small instruments. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm not one of those whiz brains, I'm afraid. The Rubik's Cube was a very slow and painful endeavour for me. I completed it once, and I think it was a fluke. So there you go.
I've never played around with one.
Oh, Itash just goes on to say, flute, harmonica, and small percussion instruments. It'd be lovely to hear those. Hillman. I joined a volunteer group to help stab victims. Didn't have a sharp knife, so I had my work cut out for me. Yes. Yes, a quick reminder to everyone, once the stream finishes, there is an open mic night in the reading room. So if you would like to go over there and show some support, remember this is twofold. The benefit of this is to help people build up their confidence for public speaking, and of course it's to provide entertainment if anyone would like to listen. So you know where to go when the stream ends. Thank you, Silence. I did actually make a note of it this time. I did remember, but thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Andrew. It's in the hobby chat. Brilliant. Right. John, do you want to grab that? Will I just catch up on the chat, please?
Yep,
Give your fingers a break.
Second.
Thank you. Oh, Eddie wants to look into well digging.
Yeah, I made a link about that earlier on.
Yes, we're going to need those.
I always trust a man who looks in the way that this man looked. just go find the video. It's in the gardening section. Go find it, take a look at it, and then you'll understand exactly what I mean. Where the heck is hobbies these days?
Will, I'm not sure if I like this. Rabbits and rats. If it's going to be another Watership Down, you're just going to disturb me. Right there with you, Stephen.
There it
is.
is.
So many rooms now.
Yeah, there are a number, but there is a reason for there being so many.
Yes.
I'm going to copy that. It's basically because we are having each room.
It's a dedicated topic now, so that people know where to post things, so they don't get lost, and people know where to go and look for things.
Exactly.
I have to read this out quickly, Jordan, while you do that. You ready? Hillman says, my wife made me dinner the other day. She got offended when I put down my knife and fork and said, this dinner is disgusting. Then she said, well, boil your own toast next time. That sounds like a delicious meal there. I think you're so ungrateful. Right, there we go. Look at this. So this is Stephen O in the chat, everyone. And he has been restoring this bench. Stephen, just tell us real quick, did you build this from scratch, or is it a restoration job? In fact, I can go in the chat and see. Oh, I joined the voice chat. That was silly. Let's try that again. It's because they're in different places. Yeah, it doesn't say Stephen. So is that a restoration? Or did you build it?
Looks like a restoration. Looks like they've done a very good job on it as well.
It looks amazing. Yes, very solid. I like the wrought iron frame. Oh, cast iron. I was close enough. But yes, I like that very much. Well done, Stephen. That does look amazing. You might not be able to see it, Stephen, depending on which platform you're on, but you're getting a lot of very nice comments.
Pop up on screen.
Well, some of them are stickers from DLive. So Will and Sir Francis, I can't put those up, unfortunately.
Stephen has said 2 ends donated and I built the rest.
Excellent. Stephen, that's a job well done. You should be very proud of yourself. Will says it looks fantastic. Roy says, nice job, lovely frame. There we go. We've got thumbs up. We've got stickers and thumbs up. Unfortunately, Stephen, I can't make those come up on the screen. Well done, says Rusky Live. Looks beautiful, says Sir Francis. 1 of 6. Well, you're just a bench-making beast. Why don't you pop the rest into the chat, the rest of the photos, so everyone can jump on the Discord after the chat and have a look, after the stream. Yeah, that's a really good job. Should be very proud of that.
He's going to have lots of places to sit down, that's for sure.
Yes.
Fall out of one into the other.
Musical benches. Yeah, that's brilliant, Stephen. Well done. Okay, Jerry. Let's see what you've got to say. My mate hired a cleaner from Eastern Europe, but it took her 12 hours to hoover the carpet. She was a Slovak. I'll grab my coat. And from Silence, shameless plug alert. No. Go on then. I also recorded a proper Mandem clarinet rendition for my channel. There you go. So if you want to go and listen to that, that channel is called Silence is Leaden, I do believe. The rats are the bad guys. Very sneaky. Nothing too evil, though, as it's for kids. Fair enough. And Roy Bob was asking, sorry, Stephen, is it cast iron? He was asking a question, not making a statement. Is that cast iron that you have on the sides?
They look it for what it's worth.
Yes. There you go. Loads of people very impressed with this, Stephen. Well done.
See, we've got the two ends of the spectrum here. Stephen, who knows what he's doing. He's done a good job. Me, who doesn't know what he's doing.
No, you're not the other end of that spectrum. You're someone who's trying new things and just kind of, working your way along. And then you've got me who's like, I wouldn't know where to start. I'm the other end of that spectrum.
Look, I didn't want to throw you under the bus, but thank you. Yes, you are the incredibly useless turnip.
Great. Hang on a minute. How come I've been relegated, from potato?
Oh, wait, you think it's relegated? So you agree that turnips are worse?
Worse than potatoes, absolutely.
I think turnips are amongst the worst vegetables known to mankind.
Yes.
The only exception to this rule would be the absolutely, truly horrific beetroot. Beetroots are vile.
Yeah, I do agree. Although I do like red cabbage, which probably negates that comment, but it's pickled red cabbage. It's not just beetroot.
I don't mind that.
Will says, benches like that would be lovely for the hamlets, and streetlights and similar style would be nice. Yes, we want the old classic gas lamps, or at least that look. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I feel very, very strongly about the need for those to return.
Yes. Just to answer my question, and if anyone else is wondering, they are cast iron ends and they're about 60 years old. What a wonderful way to recycle those into something beautiful. Oh, and Stephen says one of them was made with 130-year-old cast ends. Just goes to show, in the good old days when we cared about quality, things lasted. Turnip lanterns. I don't know, Zook. I don't know if we're going there, honestly, as it might be a bit much. Beetroot is amazing, says Eddie. There's always one. Oh, here we go. Bertie, beetroot is all right. Sprouts are evil. I agree. Sprouts are like little disgusting balls of snot.
We had this all throughout Christmas. You and your sprout hate.
I just can't stand the smell. Can't stand the smell of them while they're being cooked, and I can't stand the smell after someone's digested them. They are rank.
I don't mind them. They're not that bad.
And not once they pass through someone's stomach.
They're nothing to write home about. Let's put it that way. Like no one's ever thought to themselves, "Oh, that was an amazing sprout that I just ate."
Well, yes. Now, Will says electric lighting is more efficient. Yes, but we're talking about the look of the old gas lamps. They can still be electric.
Oh, yeah, you can put little LEDs in them.
But we're thinking that style, sort of old Victorian type. I don't know yet. But everything, although we're starting off with the basics, we can still add style and grace and have everything sort of work together and flow.
If we were to have the old style and then just put LED lights into them, that'd be perfect. Absolutely perfect. because then we could also build them. This is something that actually irritates me. Street lights give off a hell of a lot of light to the sides and up. All they need to do to make sure the light is pointing down towards the ground is put a little cover over the top. And they refuse to do this consistently because it costs too much money. And then they go and they complain about light pollution.
Yeah. And then they go and waste a ton of money on stuff that we don't need at all.
Exactly. Just put the decent bloody lights in the first place.
Yeah. Tom has a serious question for a moment. That is a fact-based reality question for now, right now. Speaking of world digging, has anyone heard or does anyone have an opinion about the primary water theory as opposed to the conventionally taught water cycle? I know nothing about this, so it's down to you, Jordan, in the chat.
I have no idea whatsoever.
Right. I don't know if many people in the chat know, but Bertie's asking what that is as well.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure what the normally taught water theory is. I miss that.
Yeah, maybe only people who've worked in that industry would have knowledge of it. But we'd be happy if you can just briefly explain what the primary water theory is, if you can. I don't know how much room you'll have to explain it and whether this is even the place to do it.
Bertie is a real thing for human Earth. I don't know why. It's very, very worrying. Spoke about it a bit last night at all.
Save your wood shavings and use them for growing mushrooms or to cover the leavings in the human manure toilet. I just don't like that phrase at all. It's awful. Is this where the planet creates water? Is Roy Bob is asking. What will we call the village, says Eddie.
Oh, we come up with that at the time.
If anyone has any amusing suggestions, just for lols, on this stream, bear in mind I can't put them up on the screen if anyone's a bit
edgy.
Yeah, just remember.
Yeah, don't be edgy. Let's use this as a good practice.
Funny, like puns on names maybe would be quite funny. Luton, is that your suggestion? Andrew, that's wow.
It's a bit underwhelming.
It is a bit underwhelming and honestly not very original. I'm just shocked and disappointed, Andrew. Daffyd says Sproutville. Oh God. I'm not saying that they taste like snot, by the way, even though I think they do. They smell like it when they're cooking. So even if I'm cooking them badly, they still smell like it. Even if I'm cooking them too long or not long enough. No Name City. Waco, brilliant. That doesn't have connotations at all. Yes, that's a bit too spicy, Eddie. Sorry.
What about San Andreas?
Ooh, tempting for all you GTAers.
Hey, you got the reference, blimey.
I've played GTA, San Andreas Fault.
Really, blimey.
I know stuff.
Did you play the original San Andreas?
I've played San Andreas. I don't know, to be honest, it was years ago. But I've played GTA 1 through, I think, 5. 1 through 5.
Damn. I did not expect that.
Yeah. I know, I'm fully surprised.
I genuinely, that is the most surprising revelation that has ever been revealed on this stream. That's incredible.
Good. I told you I was a gamer. Why
I know,
are you so
but
surprised?
when you always said, like, oh, I'm a gamer, and then you're like, Facebook game number 3.
No. Online gaming. Do not malign my gaming history with Facebook rubbish.
I'm sorry, but you used to play Tribes, did you not?
Tribal Wars.
Well, whatever, same difference.
Along with millions of other people.
Right, yeah, I know, but millions of other people play like Raid Shadow Legends.
I don't know what that is.
It's rubbish. It's rubbish. The only thing I know is whenever you see videos these days, it's got an advert for Raid Shadow Legends. A prime example of this would be Count Dankula.
Hillman says Shedville. Philomena's asking how I know what boiled snot smells like. Well, I know what snot smells like if you've ever had children with a cold.
What about Sheddington?
Oasis in the Cursed Earth, says Bertie. Well, quite like Oasis.
Horseshoe Overlook.
Ooh. Take care, Itat. Have a good evening. Say hi
Good
to
night,
Nick
love.
for us. Stephen O says that you can get those cast iron ends at Reclaimers Yard for around £40 or £50. Should anyone else be interested in a similar project? Hillman. That might be it. New England. Yeah, Jerry, I can't put that one up. Sorry. Bazooka Joe has a really good suggestion. Get Jordan to carve a village sign. Keep the St. John ambulance ready.
That could easily be done. I would enjoy that a great deal.
Bertie suggests Helm's Deep. Oh, things aren't that bad, surely. Zook, that's a great suggestion. Can't put it up, unfortunately. Pleasantville, says Will. That's lovely, actually.
See, Ville is very American. Very American.
Pleasant Village doesn't quite work, does it?
Pleasanton.
No, that's ridiculously difficult to say.
What do you mean difficult to say? If I can bloody say it, anyone can
Say that 3 times fast.
Pleasanton.
There you go. You struggled on the first one.
No, I
rest
didn't.
my case.
I thought I covered it nicely.
Bromania. Well, that would be great if you want some kind of commune just for men. Have fun. Will says, you be quiet about Raid Shadow Legends. We can get sponsored by them.
It's a wonderful game. You got millions of players. If you're able to join, you can get 5,000 free gold points or whatever the hell it is.
So, in fact, it's a great game. And if anyone is looking to sponsor this channel, come and have a chat. Eddie says, Jordan, you'll need to whittle signs for the smithy and the mill, lol.
That'd be fun. What? I'd do the pub sign.
Trumpton! I love Pleasantville, Will. This is interesting. So Charlton apparently means free men in Old English. Thank you, Roy Bob.
I didn't know that. I like that a great deal.
Reboot says crinkly bottom. I don't think we'll be sat down long enough for that to be a problem, honestly, but good suggestion.
Tent City?
Ooh. Jordan, if you go back in the chat, if you want to take a break for your fingers for a moment, go to Zook's comment at 9:02:11 that I can't put up on the screen.
9:02:11.
Yeah, that would be my number one choice, not even joking.
Oh, Whiterun, that was a good game. Did you ever play that?
What was that, sorry?
Did you ever play Skyrim?
Oh, no.
I would very much love if they did a re-release of the old Elder Scrolls games.
Will said he was joking about Raid. This phrase, right-winger, anyone with conservative values, anyone who thinks that children should be raised in a proper family with decent values, it's amazing, isn't it, how these labels work?
Yeah, because they make you the odd person.
Yeah.
Like you have to assign a label to yourself, even though you're just a normal person.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think children
we're
should
the
be
oddities.
taught some of the things they are. I don't need to assign myself a name. It's literally the default position of all human beings for the past, I don't know, 500,000 years. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I do wish that I do wish people would think when they have children about their actual parental responsibilities, and that, you know, to coin a cliche, a child is for life, not just for Christmas. You cannot palm responsibility of your child off to other people and expect that those people will care for your child the way you would. It just doesn't happen. It will never happen. So, yeah, you know, if you have a child, that's an investment of time. It's a commitment of time. And if you really invest and really give it everything, it's so incredibly rewarding. If people try and convince you that having a child means you're sacrificing this, sacrificing that, let me tell you, there are millions of women all over the world who regret waiting or not having children, because the one thing they did sacrifice in order to have all that freedom was the fact that they're going to be bitter and lonely in their old age. No one to look after them, no sense of family, no big gatherings. for special occasions, just lonely. And they've missed out on all the important things in life. Family is everything. So, yeah, I don't like the way that we are maligned almost for promoting family values, like it's somehow wrong.
I don't like how we actually have to come out and say we're the ones who are for them.
Yeah, like that should be the default position. Surely.
Exactly. That is the default position. I think it's about time we start bloody well acting that way.
Yes.
We're not pro-life, you're pro-murdering babies.
Exactly. And that's really the issue. How can you claim to speak for the lives of children who are alive, who have been born, when you'll happily murder them while they're still in the womb? I don't understand that dichotomy at all. Murder is murder.
But it's in every aspect. We just need to stop playing their bloody game. You know, they're
do.
very, very good with words. They keep twisting words around. Well, if we just stop engaging with them. This is why I don't think debates are terribly helpful. This is why I think they're very, very stupid.
Yeah.
Because you never really win a debate. All you do is just kind of pander to your own side, and that's it.
Yeah. Bertie said that always amazes me when you hear these feminists saying, why aren't men after me? I have a wonderful career. Well, your career doesn't do them any good. You've nothing to offer the relationship. In fact, I would argue that a career woman would be potentially the worst choice if you're looking for a committed relationship and a family.
Yeah, agreed.
Because that's dual loyalties. You're always, when you're at home, you're always going to be resting from work. Like your reason to get up in the morning is not for the home. It's a ton of debt to buy a beautiful home with lovely things, and then to go out or work away from it all day so that you can afford to pay for it. How does that make any sense? Having children that you give to someone else to raise because you wanted children, how does that make any sense? When your children call their nanny or their childminder mummy, you've only yourself to blame. I'm sorry. Will says, I regret breaking up with my fiancée in my mid-20s. I regret to this day not marrying her. She was an incredible woman. I think many choices people make come down to this kind of grass is always greener breakdown of decisions. You always wonder if what you've got is going to be enough to sustain you, and would you be better choosing something else? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, and I'm also I'm very sorry, Will, that you feel that way, and I wish things had turned out differently. But you do have the benefit of hindsight now, and you won't make that mistake again.
You have the benefit of maturity.
Yes.
A lot of men within our movement think this way.
Yeah.
And I understand why. But, you know, we luckily get better with age. Doesn't do the women much good, but it does us a lot of good.
It is to do, I think, with not just maturity, but forward thinking, planning for a future. I think up until a certain age, both men and women are guilty of this, of just thinking about now, or the short term. Like people in their 20s think people in their 40s are old. You know, it's really to do with your perspective at the time.
And then you hit 35 and you're like, ew.
Yeah, I'm one of those old people now. What the hell happened? You know, the hair starts falling out. You start to slouch a bit. It's much harder to keep the weight off. You start to have injuries and sprains and, you know, dodgy joints. It happens to everyone. What we're hoping to change now is that mindset and have people appreciate every possible good thing they can have at every age and really plan for the future. You don't want to waste all of your now planning for the future. But we've talked about working for the weekend, how that became a thing. People are working to get a break at the weekend, and they're working to pay their rent. They're not working to live anymore. That also has to change. People who die with no regrets are people who lived a life well lived. I've watched so many videos on YouTube. I've heard it from my own grandparents and from grandparents or older parents of friends who say, my only regret in life would be if I'd spent my whole life worrying about things instead of doing them. They don't regret dying and leaving behind their family if they've raised their family well. They regret all the things they didn't do. because they talked themselves out of it. They procrastinated, and then they ran out of time.
Exactly, which is exactly what this sort of stream is about.
Yeah.
You know, it's about taking something up, saying that you're interested in.
Yeah, it's about no more wasting time. This is your only life as far as we know. And we have given more than enough of it to people who don't appreciate us, don't look after us, but will take our money anyway.
Exactly.
They are parasites. They are feeding off of us. It's time to say no more. That was a good comment about the babies. Yes, this my body, my choice. You notice also these feminists are dead quiet about these mandatory vaccines and PCR tests. What happened to my body, my choice there?
Yeah, but you're killing grandma now.
Oh, well, they've changed the victim, haven't they?
Is that killing baby? No worries at all. Killing grandma, big issue. It's much like war. You know, we're very anti-war. Suddenly their side gets in. War, not that big of an issue. Maybe slightly less war. That's what we need.
Yeah.
These people are all the bloody same.
Yeah.
Literally all the same. It doesn't matter which nation they're from. They are the exact same person.
Yes, and it's been bred into people, taught to people, force brainwashed into people, whatever you want to call it. It's up to us now to be the counter to that. And even though our position should be the default, it's just not how everyone sees it anymore. But if enough people stand up with us and stand up for our values and the things we value, it will become the default position again. Hillman says families are resilient. They must be exterminated. Exterminate. Sorry, went a bit Klaus there. Yes,
She can make a cup of tea, love.
Okay. Yeah, I'll catch up on the chat while you're doing that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, your children come first. Of course they do. You don't sacrifice your children for you to put yourself first. Otherwise, you shouldn't be having children. I don't think I've played anything, any of the GTA games past 5, I'm afraid, Johnny. Yeah, exactly, Will. I think, we talk about the resilience of youth all the time. I genuinely do believe young people think that they've got all the time in the world to make the right choices and that time is not pressing. But the reality is, if you want a good, happy relationship with someone, it requires a lot of time and nurture, and the earlier you start, the better. Luckily, a lot of people are coming to this conclusion now, and even though we may have missed many of those opportunities, the people that we are teaching, the people that we are sharing our experiences with, and the next generation will benefit from the mistakes that we've made or the decisions that we've made that didn't work out the way we wanted. We can turn this around. Yes, it sickened me as well. The things that people will fight for versus the things people should fight for. It's just amazing to see. It really is. And yes, they are a gift. An absolute gift. I don't like this idea that people somehow think that having children is a right. Of course it's not a right. But they do have a right to expect their parents to put them first. Yep. Well, it's not how far we've fallen, in fairness. It's how far we've been pushed down. This has been done to us. Let's never forget that. This has been done to us. We did not do this to ourselves. And the only thing we need to do to stop this now is to take responsibility for not allowing it to happen any longer. It's no effort to make this stop. We just do what we know is right, and it will all start bouncing off of us. Well, there you go, Will. Maybe, as it turns out, that was the best decision. Maybe for her, if not for you. Think about how much you've changed since then, though, and if you were to meet her now, she might thank you. She may have met the right person at the right time, someone who's very much like you now, but she may have met them then. Yeah. I think everything that happens in our life shapes us and makes us into the adults we're going to be. And you can sit there and cry about those events, or you can take them as a lesson learned and try and be better. Yeah, I think a lot of these events are staged. People are still unfortunately convinced by things because of how popular they are. That's a good point, Rusky. Yes. Yeah, who regrets not watching enough TV? Or the latest episode of whatever cuties or whatever other freaky weird stuff they've got going on. Yes, they do. We've talked about this before. You know, immortality is living on in your family, in the next generation. Being remembered for being a good person. Hillman, that's amazing. That is amazing. We got a thumbs down. Oh dear. Someone doesn't like us bettering ourselves. Oh well. Yes. I was trying to think of this the other day, Andrew. You're absolutely accurate with that. These people were talking about old white bigots destroying their future. I do remember that. And now they're, complaining you won't have the vaccine and you're killing those old white bigots that happen to be my grandparents. Just amazing. Yep, you're right. It's not just women. I shouldn't just pick on women. I think it's parents generally. But again, hopefully we can turn that tide. Yeah, it's the crystal ball, isn't it? If people could know that they're making the right decision at the time, I'm sure a lot more right decisions would take place. Having children is quite scary, especially if it's your first child. But these young people who are making these decisions or considering these things, if they had community, if they had older people in their community to advise and guide them, a lot more of these right decisions would actually get made. And that's why we need community back. We need these young people to have the benefit of wisdom and experience from their elders. Picking Gaz, Jordan, you're muted in case you are. Okay.
I know I'm muted. I was still mooching around.
Yeah, Picking Gaz, you're a free man. Keep it that way. I don't think anyone here has signed up to Track and Trace. I hope not.
Oh, God, no. I can't imagine any of us doing that.
Yeah, Stephen, I can't put that on the screen. Sorry. Reboot is asking, do you ever think we'll have a government brave enough to reverse it and make abortion illegal again? I think at some point in the future, possibly. But I think something extreme would have to happen for things to turn back the way they were.
I think a better way of asking that question is, will a government within the current system do that?
Well, the answer is no.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, thank you for pushing me to clarify that.
Yeah, will a new society form and then that society decide that, no, we're not putting up with this anymore? Yes.
Yes.
No, well, that's what we're building for, basically. But that's a relatively long way off.
You've got to remember the whole system is corrupt. Even if one good person somehow managed to miraculously get into the House of Power, number 10 in the UK, as the case may be, for them to get there and not be chosen by the mob that runs all of our governments, no chance. For them to get there and make a change like that would have to be part of some agenda. It wouldn't happen because a good person chose to. I truly believe the system we've got, the corruption doesn't end at 10 Downing Street in the UK. It ends at the head of the global union that runs them all. So I don't think you'd ever get that far up the chain without being an evil so-and-so yourself. At which point, why would you change it? But I think if that government was allowed to just decay and die, with good people like us creating great communities and having our own system of governance and law, or at least our own societal rules, I think very much in the future that something new could take its place. But the current, it's not the current government that's corrupt, it's the current system that creates the kind of governments that we get.
Yep.
That is, I think, intractable. It will never change. No one will allow it to. Yeah, exactly. No one ever regrets missing an episode of Cute. Well, there are some people. We call them paedophiles. Yeah, the grass is always greener. This is why people need the wisdom and the advice from their elders. And this is what community, or the lack of community, has destroyed. I feel very strongly that our children have missed out enormously by not spending time with their own grandparents when we all used to live in the same street or even in the same home. And our children, so we've got parents struggling because they've no support network, because their community is broken down. All of their relatives live in different cities or different towns or different countries. We move around because we have to move to where opportunities and work are. So we don't even have the friends we had growing up that we could count on. So yeah, it's difficult. But if we start by rebuilding communities, rebuilding that mindset of community, then I think a lot of new parents who would otherwise struggle will now have a support system in place, which means they will make the right choices for their children. That when they need a break, they can take it. And people they trust who love their children will be there to pick up the slack and give them a break and take over for a few hours or overnight or for a weekend or whatever they need. But it will still be keeping it in the family, or at least close, trusted friends, not people who are paid to look after your children. Imagine that. Someone's paid to look after your child. That person doesn't love your child. They love their pay packet. Same as teachers, the same as nursery, schools, creches. They're paid to look after your child. Your child is nothing to them. It's a number on a register, just like everyone else's kid. Corrupted things can only bear evil fruit. Matt, that's sums it up perfectly.
Very well said. I like that a great deal.
Okay, Rusky.
Would be interesting to know is how many people have friends from their childhood still.
I mean, mine still exists, but if you're talking about contact with them, no.
Yeah, that's what I meant, obviously. I don't mean, are they alive? That's a very morbid question. I just meant, people
are they
who are
still in your
contact.
life?
Yeah.
That is a really good question.
I reckon most people would say no. I need you to read chat one.
I'm just looking through now. I'm trying to find some comments related to the question. Right, so just getting there. Reboot says, yes, let's build a society where no woman would ever consider an abortion. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a much better way to go about it. Because simply making something illegal doesn't stop it.
We have to remove the conditions where that is even required.
Exactly.
Or requested.
If you simply do away with something as a culture, it then doesn't matter whether it is legal or illegal. People aren't going to do it.
So Andrew brought up the Brexiteer thing we were talking about the other day, and I forgot about it when I wanted to mention it after that. About killing, the same people saying that you're killing grandma are also saying that the old white bigots need to die, the old, the little Englanders. Yeah. Yes, they definitely were, Johnny. I remember it. Their language was disgusting.
I just realised that's off the screen. I apologise.
Yeah, exactly.
You needed to tell me that, by the way.
I was looking at the chat. Sorry, I didn't actually realise. My bad. I can't multitask today for some reason. Yeah, this is the point. When our children grow up, they have to move away from us to find work and opportunity. Mm-hmm. This is another damning result of the breakdown of community. Because local shops and local trades are gone. Kids used to grow up, they used to go to work in their local shop. They didn't have to move miles away to get a job in an office.
Why is it we have national training centres for things like plumbers, for example? Well, plumbers isn't a good example, actually, no. Like the National Grid have national training centres, where all they are basically are pretty extreme sparkies. Right? There's something that they could very easily run as an apprenticeship in the local areas. There's no reason to have somebody move from like Carlisle down to Blackpool or whatever.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Tom says, I'd be okay with abortion being legal, but that the thought of it sickens people so much it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
I don't think you can, I don't think you should just make things illegal because they personally offend you. We want to change attitudes to it. So I think you're dead right there. I would definitely make the late term abortion law. I'd repeal that if I had the choice.
Oh, absolutely. That one's
Because
just
that's
insane.
barbaric. And talking about not providing care to children who survive it, just letting them die. That is murder. I'm sorry. Right. So to your question, Picking Gaz says, I've got a few, but many new ones too. Well, that's good.
What was the question?
You were talking about, do people still in contact with their childhood friends?
Right. Thank you.
Arthur says, I'm losing them fast. Is that because of them disagreeing with your opinion on things, or are they maybe older? Have you lost them to illness or disease or natural causes, accidents? Jonathan says, most of my friends are around me all the time. You're in a lucky position, Jonathan.
Very.
But I'm sure you know that. See if there are any other comments here. Oh, that's lovely. Hillman says, I used to get threepence to spend in my Uncle Reg's veg shop. He had a few sweets by the till. See, that's how you do it. That's local. That's local community.
Very English name as well, Reggie.
Yes, I do like that. I don't remember the medical student. The one resounding thing that came from the Brexit interviews afterwards was this stupid girl. She was probably about 18 or 20. And somebody interviewed her and asked her what were the three things she would most miss once we left the European Union. And I can't remember exactly what they were, but I know one of them was the NHS, because she's an idiot. And one of them was that she thought that she would not be allowed to travel outside of the UK anymore, or travel to Europe. She didn't understand that you'd now have to just fill out a visa or whatever form is necessary. She thought that free movement being removed meant that she wasn't free to ever go there again. Just an idiot. Will says, if businesses were built elsewhere but the cities, people wouldn't need to go there. Well, that's a good point. And that's why the City of London specifically has been promoted and gentrified to such a ridiculous degree. I mean, the southeast of our country gets pretty much all the funding, and people in the north have been complaining for years about being left behind. And I think those are justifiable complaints. Eddie says, I lost them all the moment I left sixth form. Not good people. Well, it's just one of those things.
If they're not good people, there's no big loss, mate.
Yeah. I wasn't very politically minded. I wasn't very politically aware when I moved away from my childhood friends. So I don't know what kind of people they've grown up into. I like to think they're just like me because we had the same influences, but you just don't know, do you?
Right, this is nigh on done.
Will says, I lost a lot of friends over Trump. They weren't real conservatives and they quit when it got tough. Yeah, I think we've got into this mindset of everything is so easy. We've been taught if you want it, just, become a victim and beg for it. And any real effort or work has just been frowned upon for so long. I think people have forgotten why it was ever important.
So, did you hear me? Or
I did. Do you want to just give everyone a quick last
I do.
look at what you've done so far?
Oh, 1 second, that's not playing. It's important to get the little things right.
Yes.
I know I'm out of shot, by the way.
Okay, as long as you're aware.
No. At this time, I 100% know. I'm just cleaning it up just a little tiny bit.
Arthur says old school friends are or were state paycheck dependent. They're not educated enough to question what they learned. And education is another one, though, isn't it? It's just repeating information that you've been told is true. It's not genuine investigation of the facts anymore. Jordan, have you got a cloth over your keyboard? Green Dragon is asking.
Nope. No, my keyboard, my laptop's up there. Right, so yeah, there you are.
I love that, Stephen. Right, I'm going to read out this last comment and then we'll focus on that. A man doesn't go to war because he hates what's in front of him, but because he loves what's behind him. Well said.
Well said.
Right, let's have a look.
Sorry for being very, very loud though when I said that.
No, you weren't. Okay, you're going to need to either move the camera or bring it closer and let it focus. That's really out of focus. It might need a second to calibrate. That's better. Right, so that's the front, that's the relief, yes?
Indeed it is.
Okay, and the other side? Okay, I think the first one looks more appealing. I don't know. We're going to ask the chat.
What we're going to do...
ready in the chat. Get your pencil, write number 1 on one side and number 2 on the other, and then rotate it. And we'll get the chat to vote. Andrew's saying basically in the 1 pixel he can see it looks really good.
I did see that. What we can do though, what we can do. This will drive people over to Discord like nobody's business. I'm going to put this up on the completed projects thing.
Are you saying that's finished? We can't tell because it's so pixelated. I'm sorry.
No. It's my potato internet. I fully understand that it is a potato. It is not suitable for much of anything.
Hillman says, good job, Jordan. That will look cool hanging from the rear view mirror of your Ford Fiasco.
Discord, where's Discord gone?
Yeah, I agree with that, Will. Education has replaced been replaced with a combination of certification and indoctrination.
Did we not have completed projects?
I'm sure we did.
We did not. Okay, well, fine. In that case, I'm going to cheat. Don't do what I'm doing right now. I'm putting these into Discord. Anyone who wants to go and look, please do. It will be about 30 minutes for it to upload because my internet is just wonderful. To give chat an idea, I know I go on about my internet all the time. Would you like to tell them what my internet speed was yesterday, love?
I can't remember.
Okay, well,
it was bad.
The download was 7 megabits. Respectable. Not great, but acceptable, kind of. The upload was 0.3 something. I think it was 3.4.
Yeah, that was very bad.
Really low. It was nothing.
If anyone wants to join us on the Discord and you haven't already, the wonderful Bertie and Andrew have dropped the links here in the chat for you. So,
yes, please join.
So please get over there.
For $7.99, you can go look at this wonderful thing in HD. Not in potato cam.
Yes, of course, you'll have to pay the fee before you enter.
Absolutely. This is how we make our money.
That's exclusive content, on the Discord.
Exactly. See, look, some people have their OnlyFans. We have our Discord.
That's right. Oh, that's a bit harsh, Roy. You did well at making some Tinder, chap.
I don't disagree. I'll be honest, this here is like a proper late-term abortion.
No.
I'm not happy with this at all.
I genuinely can't see it. We'll have to look at the photographs.
Look, it's in chat. It should be there already.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm here. I will say, though, had you started with a proper template, things would have been much, much better. Have you decided? Can everyone go and vote on the Discord which way they prefer? Because I think now that the first one you showed me was better.
Right, but you have to go and look as well.
Fine.
Thumbs
Where did you
up.
post it?
Right, here's how this is going to work, right? We're going to have like a little thumbs up on the one that you like,
Where is it?
and a thumbs. Oh, no, don't thumb down the other one. That'll make me sad. Right?
Where did you put it, love?
In general.
Ah, right. Okay. Okay, let's have a look.
But yeah, there you go. That is it. As I said, I'm not happy about that. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to pull the wool over your eyes. I can do better. That's why
Right.
I'm not happy with it.
Right. I think the relief side is best, if that's the top one.
Did you vote?
No, I haven't voted yet.
Okay. So why are you giving me lip?
Don't start. Oh, right. You've posted them together as the same thing. You need to separate them.
What do you mean together as the same thing? Oh,
you can only put a comment under both of them. So if you can delete the first one and put it separate.
Okay, that's acceptable. 1 minute, what we're going to do?
I don't know how to get rid of all the comments under the first one now.
Right, 1 minute. Chat, a ball.
Right, so delete the whole thing.
I'm deleting.
And then post them as two separate.
I didn't realise that would happen.
Right, so post one. I'll post something in between them so it separates the two comments.
No, you won't need to post something in between them. They will simply be separate things.
Okay.
There you go, chat.
So if we can all just use the thumbs up, then we can do a straight count.
Yep.
If you'd all be so kind. I've got a yellow thumbs up. How do I make it a white one?
You press and hold until you come up with the various options.
It doesn't work on the computer.
On the computer, you click the emojicon thing, and it comes up. I think. I'll have a look.
If I right click it. Nope, there's nothing if I right click it either. No, it's just yellow. There's just a yellow version, which is a bit.
Oh no, 1 minute. So you press on the add reaction, then you just scroll down until you come up with the appropriate thing.
I don't see the white one there.
I don't know then.
Does anyone use the actual browser on a computer? Know how to get the white thumbs up, the white skinned one?
Yeah, we don't want to culturally appropriate.
Exactly.
We're very, very anti-culturally appropriating people.
Absolutely.
In all forms.
Yep.
But people are voting. They haven't even seen the other one yet. Calm down.
Yeah, well, I don't think they like the other one much.
It's okay, I don't either.
Right, so if you want to vote, if you go to the top of the picture you like, on the right-hand side, you'll see a little add reaction emoji with a plus. You click on that, you find your thumbs up, and you just pop it in below the photograph there.
As I was going to say, this is the fun of what we're doing, because I do say that I don't know what I'm doing. It's perfectly obvious that I don't know what I'm doing. As I'm going on, there's going to be failures. This is definitely one of them.
It's only because you didn't have a proper template. I think if you had, it would look much, much better.
Maybe so, but even so, it definitely is a failure in comparison to what we've had so far. So far, we've gone along swimmingly. Everything has been a success. This hasn't been. That's perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. It happens. You know, at the end of the day,
thumbs up tone 1.
If I turned my hand to something for the first time and it was dead on every single time, that would be a bit uncanny. And it's the same when everybody starts stuff.
That didn't work. That didn't work, Andrew. He just wrote that didn't work.
I'm glad that Joe is enthralled with this conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to do the thumbs up.
Just do the Chinese thumb, okay?
Okay, let me catch up with the chat. You're still going. Right, okay.
Well, no, they're still going. They're the ones I'm having to talk to. You're not talking to me. Joe's shown no interest. This is what happens, chat. You let Joe down. You're dead to her. You don't exist.
That's not true.
It is.
Right, Tom likes the innie letters. Tom, I will admit the outie letters look like a big old mess, but that's because Jordan didn't use a template. I still think the outie one looks much nicer as a design. Yes, there you go. They're bigging you up now because there's no blood.
Thank you, Joe. See, look, once again, I'm skilled at being an idiot, especially an idiot that somehow doesn't cut himself.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm going to go back and have a quick look now if I don't get told off. You have to put it between colons. Oh, okay. So can I edit this? I wonder if it will work now I've had the colons. Oh, between colons, right. Oh, please work. This would be great. No, that didn't work either. Bertie. Right, I think we'll save this for after the stream. Yeah, Bertie, you've bad. The uncanny Jordank. I love that. You're never going to live that name down.
No. Consider it was a genuine accident. That was amazing.
That was brilliant. Yeah, I tried the colons. I made sure they were colons, not semicolons. It's not working. So I'm sorry, fellas. I'm either being dumb or I don't know. Discord isn't playing tonight. Anyway, I think we'll probably jump over to the Discord now. Or, for those of us who aren't already there.
Certainly a lot in there.
But I wrote that before, Andrew. That's what I edited it to. Didn't I? Thumbs up _, tone 1.
Okay, we'll deal with that later. What is the general consensus?
Yep, it's not working for anyone. Everyone's trying it. That's what you can see in the chat. Thumbs up, tone 1. It's just there. That's amazing. Right, anyway, yes. These are the pressing matters. These are the pressing matters of our time. Don't capitalise the first letter, says Bertie. Right, okay. Okay, we'll get there. Right, Jordan, thank you very much for making the first prototype.
I did ask a question.
Sorry. Go on.
I said, what was the general consensus?
I don't know. No one can change the thing. That's all I've been focused on. The hell are opening and closing colons? I thought it was just a colon. Right. The general consensus so far, for the people who have done it, is we have 7 for the outie and 7 for the innie. That's not helpful.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, that's genuinely not helpful. We've got a tie on our hands, everyone.
We all know how I feel about ties.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know how we're going to fix this. We need a tiebreaker. Oh, I did it. Woohoo! Sorry, I'm so excited. Yay! Right, so, yes, we need to break this tiebreaker. So everyone please get over on the Discord and vote. Oh, that's very kind of you, Philomena. It's all thanks to Jordan tonight. I was just waffling as usual. It's been wonderful.
I enjoyed it.
It was wonderful talking to you all. Thank you ever so much again for showing your support. Genuinely appreciate it. Thank you everyone for supporting Jordan. It takes a lot of courage to do this stuff on a live stream.
It takes a lot of courage to fail on live stream.
It's not a fail though, is it? Because as you said, everyone who tries these things for the first time, you're not going to create something perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
Without practice. So
as I said earlier on, it's kind of like while you was off gallivanting with a thumb, it's quite
sorry.
It's the entire purpose behind this sort of stream is to get people inspired to do stuff. Failing is a part of doing it.
Yes.
This here has not gone as expected. It has not gone anywhere near as I wanted it to. And that's fine, because I'm learning.
Exactly.
And it's the same as when we're all starting these sorts of projects. We are going to be doing things for the first time that we've not done before, and it's not going to work. Or we're going to be doing it, and it's going to be working just fine.
Yeah.
We're going to try a new skill, and it's not going to work.
The point
That's
of these,
part of life.
I mean, the point of these is not to create something amazing the first time. It's to take you on a journey and inspire you to try and do these things for yourself.
Exactly.
So yeah, if you even just enjoyed watching this, then that's job well done, I say. If you're inspired to do something similar yourself, even better. And that's what this community is about. We can't rely anymore on people that hate us providing us with the skills or the tools that we need to get by, because they do hate us. They want us to fail. We've been set up to fail. We've got to start taking care of these things ourselves. So yes, if anyone is interested, before we go, the size that Jordan is working with is 2 inches by 1 inch, half an inch deep, and they cost him. Let's have a look. So he bought 11 pieces of wood. This is lime wood, 12 inches by 2 by half an inch, and it cost him £1.96. There was a delivery charge, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, about £6.
Yeah, but still, the product itself, £1.96. So it's incredibly cheap to get started on this. Roy Bob says, if you want any green hazelwood, let me know. That's very kind of you, Roy. We'll probably take you up on that. Thank you.
I probably will once I know a bit more about what I'm doing.
The vote is in the general for the moment, Green Dragon.
Indeed.
So everyone can see it.
Johnny Depp also has a comment.
Oh, I don't see it. Or have I gone past it?
You've gone past it just a little bit.
This one?
Indeed.
What do you mean failed, Johnny? Are you struggling to get on the Discord?
I think it's because he was removed the other day during the cleanse.
In that case, if you go back to the links that were dropped, let's see what time they were dropped. Maybe you can go back in the chat. Yeah, there have been a lot of posts since then because we were trying to sort out this stupid hand thing.
Let's post a new link.
Yeah, we'll just post another link for you, Johnny. No worries. And again, if anyone has been removed from the Discord, it's nothing personal. We were having a clear out of somewhat dormant accounts. You don't have to get in and be immediately like a party animal, but it would help us to show who is dormant and separate them from everyone else. If you at least say hello or something, so we know that you're actually really there. You couldn't figure out, Johnny. We've all been there, I promise you.
Oh yeah, Discord is a bit of a pig to get started on.
If you are in there, or if you want to jump back in, get yourself over and then ask for help. There's so many people who have been through this. Yes, good point, Andrew. All we ask is all the new arrivals, if we've set some rules, it's just rules of behaviour. If you could please confirm that you've read them, that would be much appreciated. We don't make exceptions for anyone. We've all had to do it. It means that nobody on our server engages in bad behaviour. No one gets bullied. No one's posting anything risky or dodgy. There's no rude pictures posted. Well, that's not entirely true. But there's nothing bad on that server. There's nothing your children couldn't go in and have a look at. All of the rooms are about crafting and self-improvement and taking care of each other. So that's why the rules exist. So we do ask everyone if you would please confirm that you've read them. But yes.
Even I had to agree to them, which is ironic considering it was my server.
And you essentially wrote the rules, which is even
well,
more.
No, I wouldn't go that far. I pasted the rules.
Well, but even so, yeah. So the rules are there. It's just a reminder for people that we're not like other chat communities where anything goes, where any kind of behaviour will be ignored or overlooked. We're trying to set better standards for this community, and that's why the rules exist.
It's just all around just be, reasonable, issue common sense.
Yep, be respectful. If you treat people nicely, you'll generally find they do the same in return.
Exactly. How we act is basically how we run the server.
Yeah, that's a
simple
good point.
as that.
The values you see on our streams, in our chats, is exactly what the server is like. A wonderful, warm, welcoming group of people that want to come together and make a difference.
Exactly.
So yes, if you want to be a part of that, please come on over. You are more than welcome. Okay, now we are going to call it a night. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jordan. That was really relaxing to watch. I really enjoyed that.
In fact, it wasn't very relaxing for me.
Well, probably not.
It's remarkably difficult to use something so tiny.
Do you think, as Will suggested earlier, it would be better if you don't separate each piece until you've worked on it?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
You're still going to have that last piece, but at least it's one on each big piece.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
As I said, I'll work it out.
Okay. So anyway, everyone, please get over there and vote. And again, just a quick reminder, open mic night in the reading room. Please get over there, show support. If you want to speak, open mic means exactly what it says. If you'd like to read a poem, a news headline, it doesn't matter. Everything we do is to try and help people with self-improvement and build confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much, everyone. We will be back tomorrow at the same time.
Bye for now.